Hello. Uh-huh. So recently my friend started playing Hollow Knight, and I've been watching him stream it to me in Discord. And as I'm watching him play and experience the game for the first time, it all comes back to me just how beautiful this game is. And it's when I was sitting there thinking to myself, I wonder what my favorite XYZ is. Well, by the title of this video, you can probably tell what I'm going to be talking about. So, here's my top 10 favorite benches in Hollow Knight. And keep in mind, if I say Silksong at any point in time throughout this video, it's probably because I have Silksong on my mind. I just got done playing the game a week ago, so whenever I think about Hollow Knight, I also think Hollow Knight, Silksong. Alright, first I'll be doing some honorable mentions. Note there's like 50 something benches in the game, so my honorable mentions are just gonna be like maybe four, because I'm trying not to get too crazy with it. Okay, and then once we're done with that, I'll do my top 10 favorite ones and do a small description or explanation why I like them and why they made the list. So let's get on to it, okay? Honorable mentions. For my first honorable mention, I would like to shout out the bench in Dirtmount. This is a very simple bench and the first bench you see in the game. The reason why I'm adding it to this list is simply because of the fact that a lot happens here. Between Elderbug, between that one bug you save, between Zoe, a lot of story happens here. This is where you come back to a lot. And I don't know, this zone, well, before I got this, just listening to that somber music in the background with Elderbug standing next to you, the last bastion of a civilization gone. The lamplights above you as your night just slowly slumps there. I don't know. This has always been a bench that I really like and always come back to simply just to sit here. And that's why it makes my first honorable mention. Alright, for my next honorable mention, I have the bench outside Nea Master Shio's house. I like this bench because of how it looks, how it is. I think Master Shio wanting to run away from the world and putting himself out here covered with thorns. I like it for this. Well, you can't hear it, but it's just empty, quiet silence. That's just. I don't know. Sometimes when you want to escape, all you really need is just deafening quiet. And this bench encapsulate that for me. I like it enough to put it on the honorable mention, but the fact that getting here is such a pain in the ass, and everything around you tries to kill you, like all of the spikes, I'm not gonna put this on my top 10, but it's a good honorable mention. Okay, on to the last one now. And for my final honorable mention, the first bench that you find in City of Tears. I don't know how to explain the feeling of exploring this kingdom for the first time, of walking in, finding this room, hearing the OST hit for the first time with the subtle sounds of rain falling in the background. It's just. It's too peaceful, too beautiful to leave out of this list. So here it is. This beautiful bench. Alright, before we kick off this list, I just want to give you a small heads up that this is my list, and I want to say it's not in any particular order of which 10 I like more, mainly because I couldn't decide which ones I love less. I just think they're all very cool in their own unique ways. Okay, starting off the first list. The first one is actually right here. The bench in the Colosseum of Fools. The reason why I really like this bench is because the Colosseum itself sets such an amazing atmosphere. Above, we have the music from the fighters, the cheering of the crowd, but underneath, we have these tired and battered men, these soldiers, these warriors that are just taking a nap, resting before their next fight, these criminals that are being forced to fight, the dead sleeping next to the living, and then over here is just this guy in the jacuzzi. So, to start off our list, we're starting off strong with the bench in the Colosseum of Fools. Okay, so I know I gave Nail Master Shio's bench a bit of a downgrade from the list into honorable mention because it's in a place that I would probably never go. But the bench in the teacher's archives, I don't know, between the story that was told here and the beautiful little green jellyfish just floating along, and then that just harrowing silence just passing through as it's just like wind gushing through empty tubes. I don't know. I just really like this one. So here you go. Number 9. So the next bench is the bench left of Queen's Garden. If you haven't noticed, I have two very big things when it comes to what makes something my favorite in this game. It's the background and the music. Sometimes music alone can carry a scenery for me, i.e., my honorable mention, City of Tears, where the music was so good with the raindrops. It just made it such a beautiful place to be. But here, it's the exact opposite. You have absolute silence. And you have these beautiful creatures with these little lights floating behind you. I don't know. Back in my original playthrough, I would just sit here while talking to friends and just watch these things pace back and forth. Try to count each little sparkle on the screen. It's a good bench. I like this bench. So we have this one, and honestly, there's not much I can say about this one. This one, Loki just gets brownie points because it's my favorite. Aesthetically, that is. I like the broken down hut with the water dripping and then your soul bench, but you can tell that this was more than what it is. Then you go outside and it's just this beautiful lake with the same little bugs floating in the. Ugh, it's so beautiful. I just like it here. One of my favorite pastimes in the video games is fishing. So this reminds me of a spot I would just come and I'd throw my thing out and I'd start fishing. I don't know. I just really like this one. This one gets a pass simply because it fits the aesthetics that I like. There's nothing really cool or fancy about it, but it's simple and I like it. So deal with it. Okay, next on our list we have the bench outside Neomaster Mythos. Now this one has a lot of personality to me. The mask of a massive beast just plastered in the background as some sort of trophy, accomplishment. The nail sticking in the foreground, the shadowy figure of it just there telling you what's to come. But in its grandeur, it's filled with dust, unsettling air. Even though this is the bench right before the house of a great nail master, this is the bench of a place that hasn't been touched in years. The love of a craft gone. The glory of these trophies gone. This is a bench in front of a man's house who lives in regret and shame and the shadow of his master. And it's such subtle storytelling in the background of a bench that has this one up so high for me. Alright, next up on my list, I have the Crystal Peak bench. I don't know why this place is so beautiful to me. Maybe the crystals, maybe the lighting, the coloring, maybe the boss fight that you have here after awakening him off the bench. I don't know. To me, hearing the machines working in the background, the subtle music, the chaotic fight you had here after you come, he's like, finally a bench, you break it open, you sit, and then he comes alive and you have to fight for it. I don't know, this was such a beautiful fight to me, this was such a beautiful place to me. I actually did like it here quite a lot, and I'm happy that this was an actual bench and not like in Silksong where you thought you found a bench and you didn't and you want to blow your brains out. But you know, here you actually got a bench, and it's a beautiful place, beautiful background music, beautiful atmosphere. The sound direction is really nice and I liked it a lot. Next on my list is the actual bench in the Tran. Believe it or not, I like the little taps you hear whenever you walk because you're walking on a metal Tran now. I like the way that the little speakers play a distorted version of the theme. I like the way the bench is. I like how the way the door. I just like the thinly lit with the little moths in the bottle. I think it's very pretty. I just like this a lot. Another one that I like strictly for the zone and the art around it. It's the hive bench. You can see the baby bees just buzzing around, busy at work. You hear their little hums in the background. You see the golden light. It's just. This one gets brownie points simply for being extremely pretty. So yeah, this is this one, and we're coming down to the end. So I hope you enjoyed the list so far. Okay, so if the B bench got points for cool factor and it being all bright and golden, this one gets points for the exact same, but it's contrast. It's all pitch black, it's dark, it's smoky. The pillars in the background and in the foreground, everything just makes this look so majestic, so, I don't know, royal but fallen. It tells the story of the kingdom that was once beauty being corrupted by the darkness, and I like this bench quite a lot. Mainly because it's black, but yeah. And finally, my favorite bench in the game. The first bench you meet off of Green Path. This bench is so beautiful. The flowing water in the background, the dripping water from the ceiling, the soft breeze blowing, the grass moving left and right. It's such a peaceful bench. It's such a beautiful background. It's such a calming environment. This is my favorite bench in the game. I think if there was a bench in Johnny's little area that I started the video with, maybe that would have been my favorite. but I've explored this game hundreds of times, over almost 400 hours of gameplay, and this is my favorite bench. This is my favorite bench right here. Okay, thanks for watching my little silly video of my 10 favorite benches. None of these are in order, but yeah. If this video does well, I'll probably do another 10 favorite something in Silksong or Hollow Knight, and I'll let you guys know. Okay, bye bye.